I am tired of the amount of gaslighting us single people have to go through. Because let's be honest, a lot of the things that our friends in relationships can get for free, we have to pay for. And there's no amount of self love or therapy that can kind of circumvent the frustration that being single is very expensive. Because if an example, I am sick, I don't have anyone who can cook for me. My friend can ask her boyfriend to cook for her. I have to DoorDash something. If I need help moving something in my house, I need to go find someone and pay that person to come over and move it. Well, my friend can just ask her partner. And all those things just add up. If you lose your job, you have someone who can help you with rent. If you are having like financial trouble or health trouble, you now need to like disclose that to your family or friends, which might be embarrassing, or you can tell your one husband or your wife to help you through that. It is so frustrating to have to go through so many things alone and make these really big decisions, hard decisions completely by myself. I have my friends, I have my family, I love them, I can lean on them, but maybe I don't want to tell them all about my finances. Maybe I don't want to have to over explain my entire health condition to them. Maybe I just need someone to help me with a real quick task that I don't want to have to pay someone or wait for someone to drive across town to come help me. And it is so frustrating because we're told that, being single is great. And it's really great when compared to an unhealthy relationship. But being single is not always better than having a healthy relationship. Don't get me wrong, I am not going to go hop into a relationship with a man just so I can have someone. But I do think we need to be honest that being single, while it can be really great, is also very impractical sometimes.
I think she's kind of like all over the place with this one. You start with it being expensive and then it being a thing of convenience. Yeah, I think being single, I don't think it's more what she's describing is one situation come up. When they come up, it's like catastrophizing. You looking at the worst case scenario that can happen, and then when it does happen, that becomes terrible. But your day to day, right? It's like when you're paying insurance. Most of the time, you're paying insurance and you haven't gotten to an accident. You're a good driver, you probably won't get in an accident. Or the amount of accidents you get versus how much you spend on insurance, it doesn't. It's a racket. No, it's definitely cheaper to be. It's less convenient, especially when you're a woman. It's less convenient when you have to move heavy things, when you need help with tasks that are really quick. Or it's still inconvenient with a man. Like sometimes you need two hands or two sets of hands to do something. But I think we need to realize, like you were saying at the end, you don't want to rush into a relationship because things are simply easier, right? There's still got to be a partnership. There's still got to be a two thing. Maybe because something is more like convenient for you doesn't mean, man, the things she was naming, some of those are not inconveniences for men. Specifically for her, they might be. But before we do a deeper dive into this one, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We'll do into a day. And if for whatever reason you haven't seen my face in a while, know you have subscribed, the notification bell. Um, so to her point, and I use this video just to highlight this and other videos that it's different. When men are single, yeah, things tend to get expensive because the drive and impetus for us to do a lot of things, a lot of social things is woman, is impressing a woman or um having the company of a woman. This is really I don't want this to be misconstrued and misinterpreted as saying women are just this unnecessary expense. Speaking for myself, I know I need to go out and not necessarily to meet people, not necessarily to impress a woman, but because you're human. Socializing is part of the game, part of the deal. Sometimes it's yeah, it's just going out by yourself, getting out of your own space, very therapeutic. Taking time away from work is very healthy, it's very necessary for the creative process. And it's so easy for us to forget that, for me to forget. I'll just get into the zone of saying, okay, what's this task, next project, the next, and next, where it's the proverbial shopping is roses. So to that effect, women are fantastic to do that. And even if you disagree, the comment section, even if you disagree, that's fine. Fine. I'm saying that a lot of the way we experience other things in life outside of the work, the grind, the sacrifice, that's fine to admit. Not going to lose the output. On the other hand, when you are in a relationship, things do get more expensive. That's how men have always looked at it. The inverse for women, things get cheaper for you when you're in a relationship. despite constant talk of not wanna go 50-50, if we're not going 50-50, if I'm paying 100% of the bills and you have a job, where's that money going? Because it's in the rhetoric, it's not about, "I'm taking this money and we're going to use this for investments," which was idealistically the way we used to think about it. I think in the '90s, that was the idea. Live off one person's salary and invest and save the other person's. Now that conversation, his money, is my money, and my money is my money, right? It's that. It's let him carry that weight, and you save your money, just in case of a rainy day, your personal rainy day, or you need that extra strategy so you're not financially dependent on him, even though that's kind of the impetus of the relationship. So then seeing this, hearing the rhetoric of, yeah, it's expensive to be single, then no, it's not. It's not. For us, it's not. Being single is cheap. What we often tell men, when it's time for you to take a step away from the game, it's time to sit back and grind. We're not talking about you grinding with a partner. We're talking about eliminating all distractions, you sitting there and do work, cutting out every other extraneous debt, expense, and just focusing on you because it's cheaper. Because you willing to go to ground, you willing to live uh damn near in squalor. There's plenty of creators that come across to saying, especially young men, and said this before, I like the hunger. I maybe the goal is silly, but I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna live in a car. I'm gonna save every penny until I can buy a Lamborghini. Okay, right? It's a good follow. It's a good story. It's especially good seeing that sort of grind. I don't know how much of it's true, but that seeing that hustle or other older men saying, you know, that they'll live in like a planet, like not live or in a planet fit. They'll sleep in 24-hour gym just so they can get a chance to save money. And then maybe that's a dig on our economic system and outlook. But men are always, typically willing to live in school, accept that, live like that in order for, get a chance with. If you're living like that, you're probably not. Probably, I'm fine going on. Probably shouldn't have a woman purposely living like that. I know you shouldn't probably something like that. Get someone that's willing to do that though. That's exciting. But back to what she's saying. You know, a lot of stuff she's sort of complaining about is just convenience, and it's about being lonely. Don't want to do that. I think, like she said towards the end, I think most people would rather be in a healthy relationship. I think that's a normal thing for people that haven't been jaded, people that haven't been hurt. Or if we can give you guarantees to say you can be by yourself for the rest of your life, or you can be in a healthy relationship. I think it's a no brainer. But I know a lot of people in the comments not going to agree, and I think that's absolutely fine. Disagree? Let me know in the comments. If you just want to add to the conversation, feel free. The videos on your screen right now. Take a look at those. Let me know what you think about those as well. And if you listen to my voice at the end of this, haven't subscribed, just join the channel. Join the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one.